Through IGP and my year abroad, I learned to be more confident and to come out of my shell more. So I'll be using that in order to strike up new conversations with people that I didn't think I would approach to begin with, and just be more confident in my decisions going forward.
One, I'm hoping to learn to use my international cultural aspect kind of in my career field and just like my everyday living. Going abroad and through IGP, I've learned a lot with just about culture and about how other people live their lives, and that I'm not the only person here, and that my culture isn't the only culture, that there's so much more out there. So just being more aware and open and just utilizing that perspective to my everyday life is how I'm going to.
So spending a year abroad in Germany and working there, I gained a lot of independence and a good sense of self-reliance. And I plan on going back to Germany to do a master's degree in environmental science.
So I learned a lot about international auditing in my internship, which is very applicable to skills which I'll use in my future accounting career. And also just, although I didn't get the language immersion, I still got definitely a cultural immersion, and I think that being around different cultures and learning about them will be great information I'll use in my life in general.
So I'm graduating in fall 2023, and after I graduate, I plan to go into optometry. And one of my favorite things that I learned from IGP is intercultural competence, and I feel like that's super important in the healthcare field to be able to understand different patients' needs from different backgrounds. So I will definitely be using that, and that will be vital in my career after I graduate from NAU.
So I think IGP really taught me to be open-minded, and of course helped me learn a second language, and so I want to go into resorts, and I think it will help me communicate with all the different guests that come into resorts, and be very open-minded.
One piece of advice I would give my freshman self would be to just stick with it, just keep going, persevere, even if it seems hard, it's worth it, and you will get through it.
It's okay to be scared about things. That's the whole point of experiencing life. You're not always going to be confident in things, but that's how you know you're on the right path.
It'll either be a really fun experience, or if not, you can try other things, but I feel there's always a chance with IGP.
You can now have the whole entire world by yourself. Don't take too many classes, you're gonna kill yourself. And just not to me, I feel to everyone in general. When you're a freshman, you want to do so many things. I have like 2 majors, 3 minors, 1 emphasis, 1 certificate, because I wanted to have everything. But you cannot have everything in life. You need to enjoy going out with your friends, studying in a library if you want to. There's like a couple of things that you should definitely do when you're a freshman before you grow up, because it's just not easy. So I will say to myself, just take it easy. Like, life is life. You're gonna struggle either way.
I would definitely say do it. It is a 5-year commitment, but those 5 years, 1, will go by really fast, and 2, like, you learn so much in those 5 years. I mean, just the study abroad experience for that year is great. It's basically what makes it IGP. So I would just say do it, where at times that you may struggle or feel frustrated, just keep pushing through. It's an extra year, but it's not that bad. You gain so much more than you would have if you didn't take it.
I would tell my freshman self not to be so scared about going abroad. I remember when I was a freshman, I really was scared, and I was like, I have plenty of time. I'm not going to go until my 4th year. And then my 4th year rolled around, and I would just tell her that you actually had a blast and you didn't want to come back. So
I tell my freshman self to stop planning so far ahead, because the smallest thing will mess that up, and then you'll feel like your world is crumbling around you, when you just kind of need to take everything in stride.
I did travel a lot while I was abroad. I was lucky enough to be able to go to Barcelona, Paris, all through Italy, because I made a lot of Italian friends, so I just stayed with them. And also Prague and Vienna, Austria, and it was amazing.
Traveling around with my friends, getting lost in certain places, just like laughing as we keep getting on the wrong train, going the opposite direction than when we need to. So just like getting lost. And I used to be really paranoid and like upset if I got lost, but then I just learned to embrace it.
Traveling around Latin America by myself. I traveled in Argentina, in Chile, in Peru, in Ecuador, in Colombia, in Brazil, in Paraguay, in Uruguay, all by myself, and it was a much experience that I will have in my life, I would guess. And it was thinking to IGP, because I moved abroad alone. I taught myself over there, and I decided to travel, and I would have done it with IGP to have like that little push.
I did travel to a few different countries in Asia, and one of my most memorable ones was in the Philippines. I met a lot of great friends from Europe, and there was like 12 of us that went to the Philippines, and we stayed there for about 5 days, and it was the most different experience I've ever had in my life. I had never seen a country like the Philippines, and it was just great. The food was great. I tried so many different things there. The weather was insane. Very tropical and just so different than where I'm from here in Arizona.
I did. I went to Thailand, Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Malaysia, and I also went to Macau.